Well, we continue with the broadcast this morning and with an ever increasing list of socio-economic and political problems to contend with. Youth participation in civil society and politics is more critical than ever. And as we commemorate Youth Day 2023 today, the 16th of June, we will be talking shortly with Vhahangwele Tsotetsi, who has created the non-governmental organization Project Youth South Africa to both educate and advocate for the youth. Now, Tsotetsi has obtained a degree in political science and international relations from the University of Johannesburg in 2020 and has gone from theory to action since then. Through Project Youth South Africa, he would like to improve a dwindling youth turnout at the voting stations across South Africa and show the next generation that their participation matters and will shape the prospects of this country. Democracies can only function successfully with large scale societal participation. Tsotetsi wants to foster this through Project Youth South Africa and intends to play an important role in shaping a stronger, a more engaged future for the country that needs its young to be heard. Vhahangwele Tsotetsi, good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Good morning to you, sir, and your listeners.
Wonderful that you are able to join us now. Clearly, the Project Youth South Africa, and this is to educate and advocate for the youth. And next year, elections 2024, and we've seen in the last few years, we've seen youth voter turnout reduced to alarming numbers, and just as if young people are just not interested in the politics of the country.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There is that growing distrust, between young people and the political processes. And to be honest, am I audible?
Yes, in fact, you are. We are losing you slightly, soft and then getting loud. Perhaps you could just maybe just speak up a bit, Vhahangwele.
Is it fine now?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay, no. As I was saying that there's that distrust, between young people and the process itself. Because now you'd find, well, with the engagements that I've been part of, you'd find young people highlighting that they know some people who have went to the polls and voted a number of times, but their conditions hasn't changed, so they are kind of skeptical about the process itself and how it is going to change the issues that are actually facing them. That is the problem that young people are currently facing. There's that distrust, and I think it's up to our government and also the civil society organizations to make sure that they engage with young people in an appropriate manner and rather in an approach that actually relates to the youth. Because the one problem that I've actually encountered is that, especially with the government agencies, they rely mostly on traditional methods, to approach to youth matters and to get young people to be more engaged. So the processes itself and the approaches they should be relating to the youth.
Yes. Now, Vhahangwele, just trying to understand some of the challenges that youth are faced with. And earlier on, I was talking with Faiza Locke, and we were talking about a young population, a population that, looking at the demographics of this country, a population that actually matters, a population that can make a huge difference to this country. And with your engagement with the youth, what are they saying? I mean, what is the reason as to why we find this apathy, I would say, on the part of the youth not to participate, for example, even in a thing like a general election?
So you'd know that the most pressing issue that is affecting young people in South Africa is unemployment, right? And really, an average young South African, in a day, they just trying to make ends meet. They're trying to provide for their families, they're trying to survive the day. So with them, if you want to have such discourses about voting and participation, it's a topic that is very navy to them, and they are likely not to entertain it. Like I said, because they're trying to make ends meet. And part of their problems actually are attributed, by the elected officials. So for them, they see no value in voting and taking part, in the processes. That's the issue that they're facing with young people. And also, I mean, they are stating that, in terms of, the political parties that we have in South Africa, they are all actually the same. I mean, if you look at what is happening in our metros, especially in Johannesburg, your Tshwane and Ekurhuleni, we constantly changing, elected officials, the mayors, and through the motion of no confidence and all that, and really there isn't really much time for service delivery. So young people, they have actually lost trust, in the processes.
Just, I know you've made a statement where you say, I wake up every morning with a purpose of sparking hope back to our youth. During your work and using, your non governmental organization, Project Youth South Africa, how have you been able to energize, to reignite, and to inspire youth so that they know that there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. There is some hope for them.
Can you please repeat the question?
I'm saying, you've made the statement where you wake up every morning with a purpose of sparking hope back to the youth. And through your work with Project Youth South Africa, how have you been able to energize and inspire youth so that they know that there is light at the end of the tunnel? There is some hope for them in this country.
Okay, so what we usually do, we host like mini events in communities, and what we do also, we try to include an aspect of pop culture into the processes, because now you know that most of these artists, visual artists and other artists, they serve as role models to young people. So what happens is that we do invite them to come to communities, and then well, the young people are likely to come and engage with with their role models. And also, I think it's thrilling to see your role model taking part in such processes. So in that way, it just provides a glimpse of hope that everything is gonna be okay. And also, like I said, to give hope to young people, they need to know that you are with them and you understand their struggles. So that's actually what happened. So we in virus communities, we do engage with young people, and we invite some of these artists, especially local artists, to come there. And also we engage on such issues, and also we just provide some sort of education about the importance of their franchise, the importance of them having to go to the polls and vote, and not just voting, because I mean democracy it's beyond voting. It's all about participation also. So thanks. So
Well,
we definitely do that. To spark that hope to young people, and making sure that we attentively listen to their grievances, and also try to make ends meet.
well, Vhahangwele, thank you very much for that and for your time with us this morning. We wish you all the best, and we trust and hope that at some point in time we will engage further as we head closer to elections, just to understand and get a feel for how successful your initiatives has been to inspire youth to come out and vote in their numbers and to register as well. But for now, we thank you. We wish you all the best. Please take care.
Thank you so much.
Vhahangwele Tsotetsi with us this morning. And with that, we're going to go for a quick break. We come back. It is time for Juma Inspirations. And we will be joined shortly by our respected Maulana from the Jamiatul Ulama KwaZulu Natal Project, Help Coordinator Maulana Ridwan Bayat.
What does June 16 actually mean for me? It means power. It means energy. that is not restricted to anything, because they fought for us that we not be inside of a box of an education that's going to give us growth. So they fought and identified that this is not good for us. This is not something that's going to make us grow as a youth. So being youth means that you are meant to grow as who you are. So June 16 means to me fighting for whatever that you need to achieve without being restricted to anything that goes against your growth.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is